last season United had a better season because they apparently won the Karabuki. This season they again had a better season. So if United win the Karabuki again next season or the Community Shield, they have a better season next season as well. How many?
I would rather be in Arsenal's position than United, but
100%.
you could argue that United objectively had the better season because they achieved something. Like,
Did we forget what happened in the Champions League to them? They lost to FC Copenhagen, lost to Galatasaray, and finished on 4 points in that group.
That Arsenal go 10 seasons trophyless with finishing second or third, and yet you have another team that wins, say, 5 FA Cups over the same period. You're not going to say that team that's finished second but has not won a single trophy for a decade is more successful.
If it's specifically these two clubs, Manchester United or Arsenal, I'm gonna go with Man United because at the end of the day, you went off on a high.
no. I think for me, like, even though this is the thing, I would prefer to be in Arsenal's position than United's position, but United had the better season. So I would prefer to be in the Champions League and play Champions League football than not in the Champions League and win an FA Cup. But if I'm being objective, what the better season, bro? They won a trophy. Like, second is not a trophy. At the end of the day, like United, they won something. Whether it was a Karabuki, they were in a competition. They got to the end of the competition, they won. Who had the better season?
Ready.
Who had the better season?
So between Arsenal and Man United,
Yes.
I mean, I will never knock a title like Ricardo said, but let's not lie. Man United have been garbage this season overall. Did we forget what happened in the Champions League to them? They lost to FC Copenhagen, lost to Galatasaray, and finished on 4 points in that group. Like, that's embarrassing. Yeah, you can say Arsenal you could say Arsenal had an easier group, but you lost to those teams. And Arsenal at least made it to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and most people would have said, oh, maybe they would go out of the group, or maybe round of 16 they could lose to Porto. But at the end of the day, Man United won a trophy. And they play Europa League football, which isn't the worst. You know, YSK, RDS, they can watch their team play in front of Moldova and see buildings in the background.
It's tricky because if you think about the question, just who had the better season? Better season.
Yeah, like in
Let's put it, the question isn't as basic as you won a trophy. That's fine, because remember, we are assessing what you did in the season.
The better
So basically, you can actually fit in both perspectives. Sorry, Mike, continue. Mike.
To be fair, at least Man United beat Man City to something. So
that's true. That is true. That's true. I mean, and YSK and all Man United fans have said they finished with -1 goal difference. -1 goal difference. How is that even? That is crazy, and that's horrific. What was even their goal difference in the Champions League? Might have been like -3.
Is that -4? I think it was -4. Yeah.
Oh my god, -4 in that group. So you have to add all of that into context. But Man United come out with the trophy.
Now the better question for me is like, whose position would you rather be in? United or Arsenal?
No. I answered the question. So I said that I would rather be in Arsenal's position than United's, but 100%. You could argue that United objectively had the better season because they achieved something. Like, Arsenal's achievement isn't greater than United's achievements. Arsenal's achievement is you came second and qualified for the UCL. My United's achievement is that we won a competition. Let's be real. Arsenal, in your competition, you did not win your competition, you came second. United won the competition that they were in. The league is still a competition. But if we're assessing a season, I feel that Arsenal...
No, but think about it, like...
Basically, AK, Arsenal had the same season as Stade Brestois, Stuttgart, Bologna, and Girona. They all qualified to the Champions League and didn't win any trophies.
Mike, it's good that you brought that up. So, I would say, even if Bologna didn't win a trophy, they had an amazing season.
Oh yeah,
based on the resources and based on the expectations. They had a really good season. So like this, bro.
Bologna when they qualified.
So basically, when you look at Bologna's expectations and what they achieved, that's amazing. Arsenal's expectations was to win the league. Now you only just fell short, but Arsenal's expectations before the season was, okay, we are now going ahead to win the league. So we only just came short, but that was our expectation. So it was still a very good season, but at the end of the day, as good as it was with 89 points, as good as the record was with winning all their games, within context, you still came second. You still did not really achieve the goal of winning the competition.
What was the difference between Arsenal and Liverpool and Aston Villa this season? In terms of what they achieved.
Arsenal got more
Liverpool won a
points.
trophy.
What?
Liverpool walk away with, no,
Oh,
Liverpool have a trophy.
Wait,
Yeah, we got
Weisky,
a
you just
trophy.
asked a question. Like, the only difference, apart from no one winning trophies, Arsenal won more games and they achieved more points in the league. Now, that means nothing because at the end of the day, it's about winning trophies. So, overall, they're all in the same boat. You do not win a trophy. But if you want to try and make an argument, we performed better because we won more games and we lost less
But
games.
would you say
Liverpool had a
Aston
better
Villa?
season than
Wait, hold on.
If-
Weisky.
If they're all three are equal, then would you say Aston Villa's qualifications for the UCL or Europe in that way is a better achievement than Arsenal?
Oh, for 1,000%. Like, there is no, and I said this like weeks ago that there is no Chelsea and United and Tottenham should be embarrassed as Villa finished above them. That's an embarrassment. That Villa finished above.
This whole Arsenal
So
United thing.
Do you think it's an embarrassment after spending $2 billion at Chelsea in the conference?
Weisky, what are you saying? Weisky, what are you saying?
It is a big embarrassment. Biggest embarrassment.
So hold on. Weisky, what's saying? Weisky.
No, just to extend on RDS's point, actually. Chelsea is on the bottom of that list, by the way, like rock bottom. The fact that you guys have celebrated Europa League football for, I think it was less than a week.
Yeah, because they qualified for it on Sunday.
How do you? No,
That's
no,
crazy.
Is that Doi? Is that Doi? How do you get knocked out of a competition when the game wasn't even played?
So, as I said again, we'll address that
I'm
in the next
hearing
section.
Chelsea have to play a two-legged playoff.
Yeah,
just
they
to
got-
get-
I said again, we'll address that in the next
Well,
section.
they got-
Yeah,
My
but-
God, it's gonna hit like
It's
crack
Gotham,
next
man.
season. I can't wait.
Well,
Wait, is
Gotham.
it Western or Eastern Conference?
So, okay, who here believes Arsenal had a better season than United? Does anybody want? Is anyone brave enough to
I'll
say
say so. I'll say so. I think.
that? Okay.
What?
AK. Then I'll
think
come
so.
to Nomad. AK.
Nah, I think about better season in the way like how like for me it's like achievements. Okay, that is a valid point, but for me it's like how do the fans of each individual club feel about the season, bro? United can't have had a better season than Arsenal when the fans wanted their manager sacked for an entire year. They finished with a -1 goal difference. They've been losing. They've been getting embarrassed by teams in the relegation zone. I'm sorry, bro. United finished 8th. Why are we just forgetting that?
Wait, AK,
Mean
maybe
something.
you can say Arsenal don't have standards.
No, but United
also have
finished 8th.
No,
United
but they
finished
also have
8th.
standards.
Yeah.
No. But AK's point is you could argue that the fans dictate the success
Yeah.
or the failure of a season. So my thing is that the consensus amongst Arsenal fans was it that this was a failure of a season
Wait,
or
but
this was good, but we
what-
only
what
came
do
fell
we-
short. And also is the consensus of United fans that we did good, we won the FA
It's
Cup
like,
and
it's
came
like,
eighth.
and also HH, it's like how I say it. Last season, United had a better season because they apparently won the Karabuki. This season, they again had a better season. So if United win the Karabuki again next season or the Community Shield, they have a better season next season as well. How many better seasons will United have over Arsenal? Yet they won't ever contend for a title. They won't ever contend for a UCL. Yet Arsenal, the team that's having worse seasons than United,
for the
are the
title,
team.
winning the title?
You're not
What
even
do you
in the
remember?
position to contend for a title or a UCL. How many times are you going to say you
You
have
have to
better
win it, though.
seasons? No, but how many times are you going to say you have better seasons
But,
yet be
wait,
nowhere close
what
to
can
No, I mean,
That's madness.
no, because J Swiss, let's be fair here. 100% amazing that they won a trophy, they won the FA Cup. 18 wins, 6 draws, 14 losses,
that Old Trafford
minus
was
1
literally
goal
like,
difference.
they were raining
No,
on Old Trafford. They were putting water leaking through Old Trafford.
Everyone's
Let-
football
let-
clubs here. What do you
Wait,
base
wait.
your clubs off? Success. What is success? What is this measurement of success? Trophies, not
Okay,
finishing fourth place.
hold on, okay, Jesus, you say this though. For a club like Man United, you always trophies, but isn't the ultimate aim league, Champions League?
Okay, HJ.
Because let's be real, yes,
Yeah.
it's trophies, but there are varying levels of
Yeah,
of
that's
trophies.
why- yeah.
And let's be real, the FA Cup, like when you win a treble, What is the least trophy? It's the FA Cup.
HH,
Then it's the
You're
league.
the
Then
wrong
it's the
person to talk
UCL.
about trebles. You're the wrong person to talk
Oh,
about.
shut up, bro.
If I said that Arsenal go 10 seasons trophyless, we're finishing second or third, and yet you have another team that wins, say, 5 FA Cups over the same period, you're not going to say that team that's finished second but has not won a single trophy for a decade is more successful. Was how the best. You're not going to say that. So there is. The issue is that if we're talking about individual seasons, yes, there's a clear case to be made that Arsenal have had a better season than United. I don't think anyone doubts that. However, in the context of Arteta, context of Arsenal, Arteta's been at Arsenal now for almost 4 or 5 seasons right now, and all that he has to show for it right now is the FA Cup that he got, I think, in the first season. That's it. Yes, there's progress. Yes, he's going to Champions League football, and I think Arsenal fans are going to be happy with that. But at some point, if they finish third, maybe they might go to fourth or second again in 2 or 3 or 4 seasons. Arsenal fans are going to go, well, hang on a minute. Okay, he's now been with us for 7 years, and the only thing we have to look back on is 1 FA Cup in his first season. No one's going to look at that and go, oh, yes, we came second in season 4. Yay!
I have a question for you,
Hold on.
J-Twist.
I mean, AK then to JJ.
Yeah, sorry. So suppose the Coventry goal stood, and Coventry went to the FA Cup final, and by God's miracle beat City. Did they have a more successful season than Arsenal?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they won a trophy. They will remember.
Yes.
There's something to measure the success of the season by.
And also,
Don't forget, it's Coventry as well.
It's for me, like that's why I think this is actually a really good debate and really interesting, because it's like you can see both perspectives, but because for me, I just feel like it's good for us to argue both sides.
Yeah,
because I think like you can argue Arsenal, but I think the ultimate thing though is that
I get J Twist and RDS's point. It's a valid point, but my thing is you can't keep saying we had a better season than you guys, and then the next season cry about how bad your team is, and at the end of that season say, "Oh, we won this random cup. We had a better season than you guys." It doesn't make sense.
No, wait, no. Okay, so you can still say that based on our expectations, we are disappointed. But even though we are disappointed, there was still success within that disappointment. So yes, we wanted to challenge for the title, finish second or third. We grossly underperformed, but wow, we still achieved success in another area where we were in a competition, and we actually won the competition, beating the best team in the league in said final. So for Arsenal, as well as they did, what did Arsenal gain? Like at the end of the day, it's like Arsenal moved laterally between last and this season, because let's be real. So you finished second last season, you finished second this season. Yes, you gained more points, but it's still a lateral movement. United won the Carabao last season, fine. It's an upgrade. FA Cup, because the FA Cup is still a better competition to win than the Carabao Cup that most big teams don't really take seriously. So for United, actually, even if they went downhill league-wise, they still sort of like improved in terms of the level of competition that they won from last to this season. So
also, I'm not saying that, like, people also forget, like, Ten Hag is. I almost think he should stay, but he's been to like he's been to these 3 finals in the space of 2 years and won 2 trophies. That is something that Arteta hasn't had. So I'm just saying that you can't. I understand it's obviously makes sense, and that Arsenal obviously over 30 games of the season have obviously had a better season, but you can only really judge a season, in my opinion, when it's over. So a lot of the stuff that AK is saying, obviously United fans are saying that out of frustration, obviously, and within reason, during the season. But you can never fully evaluate a season until, if, for example, let's say Madrid lose the Champions League final, I'm sure there'll be Madrid fans that will go, yeah, okay, we won the final. Was it a good season? Like, yeah, it was a good season, but it could have been a great season because the season hasn't finished yet. So you can only really make your definitive viewpoint. And United season didn't finish until today.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so let me call J-Swiss.
Yeah, like when we're doing when Man United came second in 2020, they didn't win any trophies, but they got Champions League football, which is the better season this season, not that season. It's this season because we actually have something to remember the season by. Michael probably, I don't know if Michael agreed, but I'm pretty sure Kane Dalglish won the League Cup in 2012. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, won the League Cup
And
in
then
2012.
yeah, and
made
then
a
14.
Europa final.
Yeah, and in 13-14, when you came second, the Slippy G season, which season do you remember more fondly? The one they won a trophy or the one where you came second?
Well, to be honest, the 13-14. If I'm gonna be honest.
Okay,
No.
maybe
No, which do you remember more fondly? Now, the one that you remember that's
Well, of
more
course,
memorable
more
is that
happily-
person and everything.
Yeah, more happily, of course, than when we won the League Cup, but we beat Cardiff in that final.
Exactly.
And
That's the
you
thing.
know,
And we were
and you know who
behind
missed
in
the
that
you know who missed the penalty for us to win that final? It was Gerard's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But still, this is the whole point.
wow.
But this is but I'd say this is the same Arsenal fans when they won the FA Cup in 2020 and Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, they came in Champions League places. What did they say then? They said they had the best season because they won the FA Cup. This is the same club that celebrate their 14 FA Cups like Real Madrid celebrate their 14 Champions Leagues. Like this is different standards of clubs.
Mark is right. Top 4 is only trophy in England.
No. You see, no, and I think that's the key thing there because literally the moments Arsene Wenger said top 4 is a trophy, the Premier League began to really promote this whole race for top 4. This is not a thing in any other league. The only league where you actually top 4 is seen almost as a trophy is in England because of what Wenger said. And it's like, no. And this is what I've always said. The league is a competition. So in a league, there's one winner and 19 losers.
Yeah.
There is one winner and 19 losers in a 20 team league.
Before the Premier League era in the first division, it literally was just you had your first division trophy, the FA Cup, and your European Cup. And because obviously the competition was similar, but it literally didn't matter if you came 10th, because everyone felt they had a chance. Whether you had 10th or 12th. At that time, if 10th place won the FA Cup, at the time of Middlesbrough, Nottingham, or whatever, but they didn't win the league, they're not going to say, oh crap, we had a terrible season because we came second or third or whatever it is. They're like, but we got a trophy. We're the best team in England. So the FA Cup, we won. End of.
You can say Arsenal might be in a better position, but they don't have anything to show for it. Like they keep coming second place, third place. How long are they going to keep going trophyless? They'll have something to show for it. Yeah, you can be great coming second or third, play great football, but do you have anything to show for it at the end of the season? No. And also them saying, oh, but we came in the Champions League. Are you going to win the Champions League? That's the question. Or you just make up the numbers? Because you just make up the numbers every single year.
I could also say that.
Wait, hold on, because I said it's called Nomad.
Yeah, congrats to Man United fans, for denying Pep the domestic double. They could have denied him the treble last season as well, but it is what it is. And also, HH.
So who had the better season? Who had the better season?
Yeah, I think it's Arsenal. Arsenal had the better season because I'll tell you, HH, I'm coming this from the angle of being a Real Madrid supporter, of being a Madridista. The order of importance, of the competitions is Champions League, then League, then FA Cup. That's the order. I didn't make the rules. It is what it is. And it doesn't matter what anyone thinks, what English football fans think, or what Spanish football fans think. That's the order. And that will always remain the order. Best in Europe, best in your country, and then best cup winner in your country. That's the order. So when you compare Arsenal and Man United, when it comes to the Champions League, can you really compare the performance?
No. Okay, Nomad, you say this to.
No, let me land.
Okay,
what did they win? They win.
No, wait, hold on, let me land. No, go for it.
When it comes to the performances, right? Can you really compare both of them? No. When it comes to the league, can you really compare the performances? No. And when it comes to FA Cup, can you compare the performances? Yes, Man United were much better, right? So when you have Arsenal performing many times better than United in the best tournament, in the best cup competition, when you have Arsenal performing better than Man United in the domestic league, which is the best league and the most toughest league in the world, and almost won it, almost won it.
Almost.
And then, almost. Yeah, I'm talking about the performance. Over the 38-game season, over the complete calendar year. And when it comes to the domestic cup competition, they didn't win. But it's not me. I mean, there's no excuses. You can't go trophyless. For me, going trophyless is a shame. But Arsenal fans will tell you that, sure, we didn't perform in the FA Cup, but we performed really, really well in both the most important competitions that we were in, and we're just gonna build on it next season. If you think, do you really think that if Arsenal had won the FA Cup this season, it would really have given them that confidence boost or that performance boost going into next season? No. What they've done in the Champions League and what they've done in the league they're going to build upon that going into the next season. That's going to attract all the best players. That's what going to help them make the transfers that they need to make to improve their team. FA Cup was not going to do that. So the amount of uh, let's say credibility that is upheld of any club by performing in the even if you don't win it, making the quarters, making the semis, making the final of the Champions League, or going up to the last week in the face of a team that's winning four in a row, Pep City for the first time in English football history. That's you're telling the world that you're up there, among the best teams in the world. FA Cup, no one cares. No one cares. It has no bearing on your quality as a team, and it has no bearing on what kind of signings you're
Even
going
though,
to make.
even though you beat the
If
best team in the country in the final,
no, it doesn't, because City
but
were
it
done.
does, though.
City care about the league. City care about the league. I don't
But
think
they
the
won the
league.
trophy.
no,
I
man.
don't
The
think
way,
the league.
no.
Trophy is a
City
trophy.
cared about that
What are you
final.
talking about?
When you look at
City,
Pep's,
They care.
yeah, City cares to win as
no,
many.
but when you look at
It
Pep's
is
reaction, and when you look at Kyle Walker
yes.
trying to punch
They
up Lisandro Martinez, they
yes
cared about that game.
yes they'll feel bad that they could have won a domestic double. But if they lost the league, this would have hurt even much more. They clearly prioritized the league, the four in a row above this. You can't deny that. Four in a row was the thing. Four in a row was the thing. Back to back trouble and then four in a row. FA Cup, yeah, sure. They could have won a domestic double, but I think this would have hurt even much more if they had lost the league. So I think, Arsenal, like, just imagine this, yeah. I'm a Madridista. I'm going to speak about this from a Real Madrid perspective, right? If you're telling me, right, that next season Real Madrid are not going to win the league, right? Whatever happens, whatever Mbappe does, whatever Jude Bellingham does, whatever Vinny does, they're all going to be, injured for half the season. And no matter what happens, Real Madrid is not going to win the league. No matter what happens, right? Would you would Real Madrid rather want to finish second and lose the Copa del Rey, or finish third and win the Copa del Rey? What do you think? Obviously, they like to finish second. It will be a disgrace to finish third in a two-horse race. So that it's based upon your priorities, the priorities of the fans, the priorities of the club, and what the club, the manager, the players, and the management think.
You're
Wait,
saying
no,
that
mate, you're a Real Madrid fan and you don't want to win a trophy. You'd rather just come second without the trophy than win the trophy.
If we,
I mean,
yeah, but
the
if we
Copa del
don't win
Rey,
the,
it's still a trophy.
I was
yeah,
about to say,
yeah, but if
No,
we,
no.
Would you not rather?
No, because quickly. No, but here's the thing. No, but here's the thing. Quickly. So when you bring people, like a new player comes into your club, one of the first things that should do is you go through the trophy room, and what you want to show is obviously, that big trophies. You want to show your trophy cabinet, but you want to show your trophies, and what you want is that it's like at every given year we have at least a trophy, because the whole point of a trophy cabinet is that this is a tangible representation of our success. There's nothing physical to show if it comes second or third. But whether it's
no,
a Community Shield, a Super Cup, a King's Cup, that is something that you can take into the trophy room, and as you bring a new player in, you look at all
no,
these
but
trophies, all these trophies.
AJ,